Hi everyone, Paul Seymour here from silverscreenads.net, and today I'm doing a review on a really cool thing I found, which is a wide angle lens that was made for the mini HD cameras that are all the rage out there. If you haven't gone and seen some of my reviews, I have a couple out there. I reviewed the Kodak Zi8, which is by far my favorite. My Flip Minnow HD, which I don't have with me right now because once again I lent that one out to someone, to one of my customers, and this is the Sony Webby HD. Now, a lot of people on the internet have been modifying these cameras and kind of making their own little wide angle conversions for them. And if you go on YouTube, you'll see all kinds of conversions where people used step down rings and attached it to the camera. Most of I've seen, not quite this big, but still lenses that were just that just didn't look too right. They were just too big for this camera. Because you wouldn't, when you're carrying something this size around that you can fit in your pocket, you really don't want to be carrying, another big wide angle lens. But it does work if you find a way to mount it to it. Fortunately, somebody out there realized this and went out there and created this product. Now, you can find this at usbfever.com. And I'm not connected with that site in any way. I'm not an affiliate of that site. I don't get anything if you go buy these things there. I bought 3 of them, but just so you know up front, I don't get anything for this. I'm just reviewing this because I found it, I loved it, and I wanted to share it with everybody out there. So this is the lens. Let me show you how tiny this thing is by getting up close. Okay, so you can see, and here's my thumb next to it. So you can see that's a tiny little lens. Let me pull the cap off. Okay, it is a little lens. And it even has a macro lens on it. I'm not sure if you can see this, if you can see the writing on there. It's probably a little small. But it even has a macro lens as part of it on there. And how this works, and it's pretty ingenious, whoever thought of this, since most of you out there know, if you haven't seen these before, they don't come in with any kind of screw mounts so that you could attach a lens to it, but everybody that got one of these, one of the first things we all noticed was, man, this would be awesome if I could put a wide angle lens on it, especially these HD ones, because they really shoot great, and it's awesome to have this, great little HD camera with you at times. Well, there's the solution. So what they do is they give you a little ring that looks like a washer, but it's got like a sticky gluey side on it, and you glue that to the camera right around the lens, and it was made to fit right around it. On the Zi8, I mean, it looks like it was made for it. You can almost not even tell that it's there. And what you do is you just attach this to it. Now here's the trick, okay, because I did this and I found this out the hard way. Don't slap it on, and when you go to take it off, don't pull it off, because this little part of the Zi8 is plastic. It is the lens cover, and it will pop out. Okay, now it's not a big deal if you pop it out, because you can pop it right back in, but it's not glued in there. It's held with like 3 little teeth, and you can pop it out. Now the nice thing is, I didn't know it came out, but if you do get dust back there, you can get in there, and clean it out with a Q-tip if you had to. But what I found works best is just sliding it on, and then just looking through and making sure that it's centered. And you can see that's great. I mean, that's not adding much to your Zi8, and depending on what you carry it in, I would carry mine sometimes, this little pouch. There's plenty of room to throw it in there. And now my only knock on the product at all is it comes with this little magnet which covers the back, which is really smart because it protects the lens, and it has a little lanyard, so I guess you can run it through something that you're carrying it on, and then pop the plastic lens cover, because they give you a regular like lens cap, like a regular lens would have, and then attach that magnet to it. And I guess you could have it, you know, kind of dangling there. The problem is that I saw is I bought 3 of these, and already 2 of them, the ring that was on the little lens cap broke off. But what I just so happened to find, I had some pins around, and one of the things they're doing now with pins is they're making them magnetic instead of having the kind of thing that you punch a hole through your shirt. They're actually 2 little magnets, and I had a couple of these pins around that were just little round circular metal magnets, and it couldn't fit any better. Look at this. It's like it was made for this lens. And you can see there, that magnet covers that end of that lens perfectly. So I'm using that little magnet as the lens cover. And what I did is I re-glued mine. Instead of using a little washer, I took these little magnets that I had, put a bunch of crazy glue on there, stuck it on there, and glued that on so it was nice and tight. But they do advertise this, that it works for the iPhone. And I would say if you're buying this for your iPhone, don't get it. Not that it's bad, but it didn't work on my iPhone. I put the little ring on, and if you look at the iPhone, let me pull mine out of its case, you can see that the lens is in the top corner where it's actually a little rounded. And the problem was, once I put the little mounting ring on there and the lens on there, I was getting some shading, a little shadowing of the lens, and the ring was actually showing through. So it just didn't work the way it should. But I tested it on the Zi8, I tested it on the Flip Minnow HD, and I have my Sony Webby right here. I still have the ring, and they do give you extra rings. They give you 2 with each one you buy. You can see, just bing, pops right on there. It works great. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to add some other video in. So I'm going to end this here because I'm at about 8.5 minutes. And I want to add some video of pictures with the wide angle lens in there so that you can see some shots with it and see how good it looks. But so far from what I've seen, guys, looks great. usbfever.com. Once again, I'm not connected with that anyway. I'm not affiliated to them or anything, but that's where you can go to get these. I did read some posts of people were saying, oh, it took really long, took a month to get it. I didn't run into that problem. I used the cheapest shipping available on the product, which was like $7, and I got mine in 5 days. So I can't complain anything about USB Fever. Very fast shipping. I saw one guy said it took him to get a month to get them. Maybe I got in a good cycle when they were just getting ready to ship. Okay, so we are testing a wide angle lens for our Kodak Zi8 that we just got. It's a very cool little lens that attaches by a magnetic ring. And just to give you an idea here, this is what we're seeing right now. Hold on, dog wants to come out. Okay, and I'm gonna pull the lens off so you can see the difference. So I'm sliding it off, and there you go. So you can see it does a pretty nice job of giving us a wider view there. Now I'm gonna pop it back on. Okay, now it's back on. You can see it's a pretty nice little wide angle shot. Now I'm going to pull it back off, and there it is off. So very cool. It can be used on any type of little handheld mini video camera, like the Flip Minnow HD, the Sony Webby, or what I'm shooting with right now is a Kodak Zi8. And right now I'm pretty happy with it. So just going to go in and compare some of the video here and see how it looks.